I've come to bring you back to Old City.
I'm not going back there. That place is Dulceville.
That's a good assessment of the place. But nevertheless, you have a review to do.
I can do the review here. Thank you.
What about Jake?
He's nice, but he really can't do a review to save his life.
Can't you give him one more chance?
Well, okay. Since this is the last segment, we'll see how he handles it.
You okay?
Yeah. I'm just hoping that this is going to be worth it. I'm giving you one last chance. Don't disappoint me.
I won't. The fifth and final scenario in the Vault of Horror is an artistic vignette called Drawn and Quartered. Our storyteller in this one is an artist who apparently hasn't been doing so well, so he's been living a life of exile on the Isle of Haiti. I say apparently, because he soon discovers that his paintings have been selling for very high prices. When he confronts the three men responsible for selling his art, they admit that they've been ripping him off to make a bigger profit off of his work.
Sounds like typical businessman.
Indeed. But this is not a typical artist. He makes a deal with a voodoo practitioner who gives him we'll call it a gift. At first he doesn't know what it is, but over time he learns that he has the ability to make his art come true. He returns home where he paints portraits of his three enemies plus continues a self-portrait.
A self-portrait while under a spell. Smart.
Yeah. As smart as a worm. So, anyhow, our artist friend pokes the eyes out of his first enemy's painting, saying that if he didn't want to even look at his work, he won't look at anything else either. At that moment, the man's wife is confronting him about an affair he's been having. Saying he'll never look at another woman, she throws acid into his eyes, blinding him.
Serves him right.
The artist then goes to the second painting and removes the hands, saying that the man will never handle anything again since he said he couldn't handle his paintings. The man in question loses both of his hands to a paper cutter.
I wonder why the safety catch didn't work?
Voodoo.
Go on.
Our artist friend, who has locked his own painting in a safe, rushes home to get it out as he realizes he is starting to suffocate as a result. He puts it on a table under a skylight and decides to confront his final enemy in the morning.
Under a skylight. Brilliant. Why do I get the feeling that's going to come back and bite him in the ass?
He brings the last portrait to the man's office to confront him directly. Drawing a red dot on the man's forehead, it is only a matter of time before he is witness to the man's suicide. Then, he starts to return home. Meanwhile, near his house, two men are working on replacing a billboard ad. One of them knocks a container of paint remover off the scaffold. It falls through the skylight, just as our artist friend is stepping off a curb. Yeah. The truck that was just approaching swerves to miss something else and runs over his head, squishing it like a rotten piece of fruit. So, how did I do?
Much better. I think I'll keep you around for a while. The elevator doors finally open and our five storytellers see that it has opened not to an elevator, but a graveyard. As they walk out into the old cemetery, Sebastian stops to confess that the stories were true and that the payment for their sins is to tell of the evil deeds they committed for all eternity. Well, gotta run. But we'll be back again soon for another anthology review.